Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another edition of Sports Update on Adinkra TV and Adinkra Radio NY. Nina Maxwell is my name. You can call me NNM. I am your humble host. But before we start today's edition of Sports Update, I just want to say thank you to you guys. Thank you for your support. You guys have been so amazing. You guys have been so amazing. The support we have received in the course of the week has been so overwhelming. We just don't know what to say. The encouragement, those of you sharing, those of you liking the page. Oh, we are so grateful. We are so grateful. It was the first time, but the way and manner you guys have embraced the program. Oh, we are here to serve. We are here to give you nothing but the best. Okay, so we will give you the best of sports show. The best, the best. That is what we are here for. So we just want to thank you for that. We just want to thank you for that. So the accounts we want to say yadamunyinasi. To the guns we want to say one danyashi mofiamo. To the houses we want to say mungodi mokoa mungodi when the case support when the case like when the case share duka mungodi muku. And then to the Evers we want to say akpe, and then to the Yorubas we want to say adokpe. To the Spanish, you want to say mucho gracias to all of you. And then to the French, you want to say merci beaucoup. We thank you guys. We thank you for your support. But before we start today's edition, I want to chip in a very short motivational message. I think we will need it. We will like it in our walk of life. We're definitely going to like it because definitely at some point in life, you just want some words of encouragement to keep you going. So for today's motivational message, I just want to say life does not give you what you want. Life gives you what you deserve. So if you have it, then work for it. If you have it, go for it. If you have it, fight for it. It might be little, no matter how small it is, no matter where you find yourself right now. I just want you to understand that you have something. You really have something. So whatever it is, you just need to maximize it and then touch humanity. Maximize it and then touch life. That is what is of importance. Yes, some people came with silver spoon. Yes, some people didn't come well. Yes, you didn't start well. But wherever you have gotten to, whatever it is that you are doing, you still have the chance to maximize and then make impact. That is what is of importance right now. So you can do it. You can do it. Remember, you will never sow or plant maize and then expect to reap cassava in return. Whatever you sow, that is exactly what you're going to reap. So, this is what I have for you for our words of encouragement and even as we make our journey on earth. Yeah, right. All right, that was just by the way. This is another edition of Sports Update, and as like we always do, we have two sections of Sports Update. We have the local scenes, and then we have the international front. And then before we start the days or go delve deeper into the nitty gritties, I want to read to your hearing the headlines that we have, both from the local scenes and then from the international front. And then from after that, then we delve into the nitty gritties of the day. All right, so at the local scenes, these are the headlines. Accra Hasselfolk to pay $5,000 to CAF. Accra Hasselfolk to pay $5,000 to CAF. And then the second one, the USM Algiers finally paid 3,000 euros to Kumasi Asante Kotoko for the purchase of Kwame Poku. USM Algiers paid $300,000 to Kumasi Asante Kotoko for the purchase of Kwame Poku. Elsewhere, you see, and some of the papers write it dollars, some of the papers report as euros, but I'm told it was euros, 300,000 euros, yeah. And then Coach Milo names first Black Stars call up for FIFA World Cup qualifiers against Zimbabwe. And then again at the local scenes, we have Ghana Premier League to start. The long-awaited Ghana Premier League is about to start. And then This time around, it's going to start in a grand style, in a grand style. And then all Premier League clubs to be tested and vaccinated for COVID before the start of the league. All Premier League clubs to be tested and vaccinated for COVID before the start of the league. And then the last one on the local scenes, we have Coach Ignatius Oseifosu of Mediama FC, of Mediama SC Sporting Club, to reject his appointment as National Under-20 Assistant Coach. To reject his appointment as National Under-20 Assistant Coach. And now to the foreign front. We have Chelsea FC don't know how to use Lukaku. Antonio Conte. Chelsea FC don't know how to use Lukaku. Antonio Conte. And then Manchester United are full of stars, but they are not a team. Don Hutchison of ESPN FC. And then the game, that is Liverpool versus Manchester City, it ended 2-2. And then the next on the international scene is the trilogy. That amazing bout between Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. The Gypsy King, and the Bronx Bomber. So these are the headlines that we are going to delve into very soon. So we are about to go into the nitty-gritty, nitty-gritty of the headlines that we have over here today. Okay, and then first on the list, now we'll be starting with the local scenes. We want to finish with the local scenes, and after we go into the international front. Okay, on the local scenes, the first of our headlines is House of Folk to pay $5,000 to CAF. House of Folk to pay $5,000 to CAF. What did Accra House of Folk do that they are to pay $5,000 to CAF? House of Folk is participating in CAF competition, that is the CAF Champions League. And the last game they played was against Kamsa FC, which of course they won by 2-0. After the game, a delegation from CAF came and they said Accra House of Folk used a below standard stadium for the game. So it means they took an undue advantage over their competitors. That was what the CAF delegation said. Accra House of Folk used a below standard stadium. So which stadium is this? Which stadium in question are we talking about? That is the Accra Sports Stadium. The nation's Wembley. How come the nation's Wembley is below CAF standard? That's the question everybody is asking. Accra House of Folk did not play at any other stadium than the Accra Sports Stadium, formerly the Ohinijan Sports Stadium. And after the game, the delegation from CAF says Accra House of Folk used a below standard stadium. That is what I don't get. Who are those in charge of our stadium? The stadium we have in Ghana, who are those in charge? So my research tells me those in charge are the National Sports Authority. So the National Sports Authority is in charge of our stadia. Both the development, the management, and the maintenance. They are in charge. So if the National Sports Authority which is a national institution, which is a state institution, is in charge of our nation's Wembley. And now the delegation from CAF is telling us that our nation's Wembley is below standard. Then what is happening? Who are those in charge? My search told me the head of the National Sports Authority is Professor Peter Chumesi. Professor Peter Chumesi is the head of the National Sports Authority. So he is in charge. So if we have a man in charge of a national asset, for that matter, and this is below standard, to the extent that Accra House of Folk is going to pay $5,000 for using a below standard stadium. Come on. But you see, this issue is very, very pregnant. This headline, Accra House of Folk to pay $5,000 to CAF, is very, very pregnant. We have three variables as far as this headline is concerned. The first variable is Accra House of Folk. The second variable is CAF. And then the third variable is the National Sports Authority. Now, the National Sports Authority, the CAF has nothing to do with the National Sports Authority. Let's state it clear. CAF does not recognize the National Sports Authority. The only variable CAF recognizes is Accra Hearts of Folk because they are participating in CAF competition. This is what I want you to understand. CAF does not recognize the National Sports Authority. CAF only recognizes Accra Hearts of Folk. So, I know before the start of any program or any competition, there are rules. So, I think definitely the participants are called for orientation. So, when you are oriented, you'll be told the rules of the game so that you will not fall a culprit. And even if you do, you will eagerly accept the punishment, and that's it. And I know very well that in the orientation, Accra House of Folk would have been told what stadium, what standard of a stadium is needed for the competition. And they agreed. And now after the game, Accra House of Folk has been charged, has been fined, which means Accra House of Folk has faulted. So let me state it clear. CAF has nothing to do with the National Sports Authority because CAF doesn't know the National Sports Authority. CAF only knows Accra House of Folk. So some people are saying, why is it that Accra House of Folk is the only entity to pay the $5,000? Because it is the National Sports Authority who is supposed to take very good care of the stadium. It is the National Sports Authority that is responsible for the upkeep of the stadium, not Accra House of Folk. So why Accra House of Folk? Why is Accra House of Folk to pay all the $5,000? So that is what I'm stating clear, that CAF does not know the National Sports Authority. CAF only knows Accra Hearts of Folk. So it's just like you and a contractor telling you the kind of material he needs for the construction. So after telling you, you go to the market to buy the materials. Wherever you are going to buy the material, that is none of the contractor's business. What the contractor knows is that he has given you specific criteria of materials needed for the job. So if you go and you bring something else, the contractor doesn't have anything to do with where you buy the thing from. The only problem the contractor will have is, or the only person the contractor will have problem with is you, not where you bought the thing from. That's the same scenario over here. The National Sports Authority, let's say, hire stadium. So for them, they are doing business. If you come to them, just like a businessman, the businessman always defends whatever it is that he or she is selling. So even if the stadium is not up to CAF standard, they will tell you it is up to CAF standard. That is what the National Sports Authority will tell you. So if they end up convincing you and you bite, any punishment that will come, you are going to face the consequences, period. That is why Accra Hearts of Folk are to pay the whole $5,000, approximately 30,000 Ghana cedis. That is my problem. So now, Accra Hearts of Folk, you know him very well the standard of stadium CAF wants. After engaging with the National Sports Authority, we have the Cape Coast Stadium there, which is of international standard. There is nothing wrong with the Cape Coast Stadium. But I believe Accra House of Folk chose proximity. Accra House of Folk chose proximity. Oh, we stay in Accra. We live in Accra. So we don't want to go far. We live in Accra, so we don't want to go far. So let's try to make sure we play it in Accra. And then I think that will help us to grind the result that we want. But you know the funny aspect is that this game is even going to be played behind closed doors. So why play in Accra to incur such a debt? What pains me is that this money can be used to pay player winning bonuses. This $5,000 can even be used to reduce the cost of fuel, because this is Africa. You'll be moving from one country to another. You don't have to entertain debts like this. Little monies paying out. No, you don't have to. You are in Africa, for crying out loud. And this is Accra Hearts of Folk. And I knew you have made your, or you did your checks before going to play in the Accra Sports Stadium. The delegation talked about the pitch. The pitch is not of international standard. Even the dugouts are not well done, where the coaches will sit. This is the Accra Sports Stadium, the nation's Wembley. So if Hearts of Folk has really done their checks well, I don't think they would have. Come on. You are in Africa. So you should know what to do to avoid certain debts like this. You should know what to do to avoid debts like this. Debts of such nature. Because definitely the National Sports Authority will try to convince you. Because they are selling. They don't care. If you have done your checks, you would realize that the last time Kumasi Asante Kotoko was playing Africa and they used the Accra Sports Stadium, they were fined. The last time even the Black Stars of Ghana used the Accra Sports Stadium, they were fined. So you have two precedents, for crying out loud. Two precedents. You don't give little money chance like that, no. For a big club like Accra House of Folk, you don't do this. You don't do this. And now to the National Sports Authority. What is going on? What is going on with our stadia? What is going on? What is going on with our stadia? I just don't get it. What is going on? What is going on with our stadia? What is going on? It's been years since we heard the Accra Sports Stadium is under renovation. It's been years since we had the Kumasi Sports Stadium under renovation. All these stadia have been under renovation over the years, yet we keep renovating them. The money that have gone into renovating these stadia could have been used to build a whole new stadium altogether, a whole new stadium of international standard. We just, oh my God, I just don't know what is happening. I just don't know what is happening. Such apathy towards national property, national assets. I just don't get it. Would you manage your personal property like that? If that's your business, is this how you manage it? You don't even know. How do you even award the contracts for the renovation? I just don't get it. The whole of last year, Kumasi Asante Kotoko has been traveling from one region to the other, one city to the other, trying to find a place as their home to play their games. Simply because the Kumasi Sports Stadium is under renovation. So must we wait for these stadia to reach such deplorable state before we want to renovate them? I just don't get it. What happened to maintenance culture? Listen, let me read something for you here about the National Sports Authority. This is their mandate. The National Sports Authority exists to develop, organize, promote, and manage competitive and social sport with the view of promoting health, fitness, recreation, national cohesion, and professionalism that ensures sustainable wealth creation, vigorous infrastructure development, and proactive management, which leads to sports excellence and international recognition. Are they proactive enough as far as our stadia is concerned? How well are they managing these stadia? They said vigorous infrastructure development. After developing the infrastructure, they must be proactive in managing it such that it attains international standard. But are they proactive enough? Up to now, the Kumasi Sports Stadium is under renovation. The Accra Sports Stadium you claim you have renovated over the years is still below CAF standard. What kind of money waste is that? Why do we waste money like that? Okay, after giving out the contract of the renovation, do we supervise? Professor Peter Chumesi, do we supervise? How do we? In fact, this Accra and Kumasi Sports Stadium have been in use over the years. Lots and lots of revenue have been accrued. Students going to the colleges, inter-colleges competition have been paying money. Teams, when a team uses the Kumasi or the Accra Sports Stadium, the National Sports Authority has a quota, has a percentage. What do they do with the money? What do they do with the money? I just don't get it. Sometimes, I just get flipped off because I just don't get it. A nation's Wembley. Come on, this is a disgrace. This is a disgrace. This is a disgrace. This is a disgrace. And then yesterday I overheard Professor Chumesi saying CAF never came to them. CAF has never brought any report to him about the stadium being below standard. So they have not received anything. So for them, everything is under control. Listen, Professor Chumesi, if you don't know, CAF has no business with you. The only variable CAF recognizes is Accra House of Folk. That is why the money is to be paid by Accra House of Folk. CAF doesn't care where Accra House of Folk got the stadium from. All they knew is Accra House of Folk has presented a stadium to be their home grounds, which is the Accra Sports Stadium. And after inspecting the stadium is below standard. But Accra House of Folk came to you for that stadium. And you attested to the fact that it is of international standard. CAF never reported anything to you because they have no business dealing with you. The only business they know is with Accra House of Folk. And the fact that they have not reported anything to you does not mean you are clean. You are not clean. Because if you have done your job and if you have put everything in place, this fine wouldn't have come anyway. No, no, no. This is your mandate. You develop infrastructure and you proactively manage it. Are you proactive enough? Are you proactive? Kumasi Sports Stadium is still under renovation. I think this goes to all of us as Ghanaians. I think it's about time we stopped this apathy about towards national property. It's about time we become patriotic enough towards the growth and development of our nation. Yes, you find your way out. Yes, you find lies to but deep inside, are you doing the right thing? Remember, until humanity is touched, we can never be happy. Yes, you are, outside people see, but you know deep inside that you are not happy. You are underperforming. Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on. But before we move on, let me go to CAF. CAF also has, I have something for CAF. In this era of coronavirus pandemic, CAF has to take things lightly a bit. These players are playing behind closed doors. There are no supporters to, patronize the stadium. So the little money they get sometimes is from media rights. And how many people even watch these games? So I think CAF should be a little bit decorum next time as to the kind of, people have to be sanctioned, people have to be punished, or organizations have to be punished for wrongdoing, but I think it's too harsh. $5,000 is too harsh. It's too harsh. But to serve as a deterrent, let's move on. That's it. Okay. The next one. USM Algiers finally paid $300,000 to Kumasi Asante Kotoko for the purchase of the striker Kwame Poku. Kwame Poku. Yes, Kwame Poku. Kwame Poku. USM Algiers has finally paid the $300,000 they owe Kumasi Asante Kotoko. That being said, I think, that's the man on your screens, Kwame Poku. Kwame Poku, that's the man on your screens. He appeared in 20 games for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. He scored 9 goals. He's just 22 years of age. But I have something to say about this. Of course, we'll definitely delve into the nitty-gritties of it. And we'll speak what we think. Because the show is to be very, very interactive. We say the issues the way you want them to be said. And that is why we are here. Okay, what goes into player contracts between home teams and then the team that is coming to buy the player? Because over the years I have noticed that our best players are taken from our league by our competitors on the continent. USM Algiers it's an Algerian club which participates in the CAF competitions. They bought this player from Kumasi Asante Kotoko. And I don't know what negotiations went into the contract. Because if I have something and I am selling, in fact, I was not even selling it. You saw it and you came to me and you told me you like it. I have to give you my conditions. I have to tell you when to pay, how to pay, and what to pay for. You don't tell me how you want to pay something I am selling. No. But at the end of the day, this is what is happening. Why? Because even the league we are playing has no sponsorship. So the little money that comes from elsewhere, clubs are eager to let players go. So if we are giving out our quality players out, if we are giving them out to our competitors on the continent, how are we going to match them when we meet there? How? How are we going to match them? You know, it won't work, you know. You know it won't work. You know it's not going to work, you know. Because we have given them all the quality. And now we want to play with them. We want to match them boot for boot. You know it won't work. You know it won't work. So Kumasi Asante Kotoko, after being engaged by USM Algiers, I don't know what went into the negotiations, couldn't get all the money from the player sales. And to make matters worse, it's like USM Algiers is rather dictating the pace as to when and how the money is going to be paid. This time around, they paid because they have been threatened by CAF to be banned from the competition. Yeah. How honest must we do such business? He's my player. You like it? Okay, I want you to do this and that for you to get him. So if you don't do it, he's not going nowhere. But this is what is happening. We are playing a league where our best players leave the country to neighboring countries, not even outside the continent. So if you are playing a league where even the nation's Wembley is below CAF standard, it means the pitches are not good. So if I am an investor and then I want to invest in such a league where there is no quality pitch, there are no quality stadia, where the best players of the league leave the country after even the first round, sometimes even in the course of the league, what players are you going to use to advertise my product? What players are going to use to advertise my product? Playing a league where even the best player of the league does not even get a call up into the national team. National team. Oh my God. So finally, after USM Algiers were threatened by CAF to be banned, they have paid the money to Kumasi Asante Kotoko. You know? It means these people don't take us serious. Must you wait for you to be threatened before you pay the money you owe? Well, it's all because of the kind of engagements and negotiations we go into with them. Well, next on the list, Coach Milo names first Black Stars caller for the FIFA World Cup qualifier against Zimbabwe. And it is coming this Saturday. The first leg will come off this Saturday, the 9th of October 2021. Okay, so Coach Milo, the man on your screens, has finally made his first Black Stars call-up. And then these are the players. I want to run through the list of players he has called up to your hearing. Goalkeepers, we have Jojo Walcott. Jojo Walcott, he plays for Swindon Town. We have Lawrence Atizigi, he plays for FC St. Gallen. We have Richard Atta of Accra, Hearts of Oak. We have Ibrahim Danlad of Kumasi Asante Kotoko. That is for the goalkeepers. And then when you go to the defenders, we have Philemon Bafuo of Dreams FC. We have Andrew Adam of Reading. We have Gideon Mensah of Bordeaux. And then we have Baba Rahman of Reading. We have Daniel Amate of Leicester. Joseph Edu of Celta Vigo. Jonathan Mensah of Columbus Crew, Ohio. And then Alex Juku of Strasbourg. So that is it for the defenders. And then for the midfielders, we have Thomas Partey of Arsenal. We have Baba Idrisu of Real Mallorca. And then we have Alfred Duncan of Fiorentina. Emmanuel Lomuti of Amiens. Mubarak Wakasu of Shenzhen FC. We have Kudus Mohammed of Ajax Amsterdam. We have Majid Ashimero of Anderlecht. And then we have Kofitra of St. Pauli. And then we have Abdul Fattah Isaac of Steadfast FC. And then the forwards, we have Andre Dede Ayew of Al Sadd, Kamaldeen Suleiman of Rennes. We have Tariq Fosu Henry of Brentford, Joel Famir Orenburg, Yao Yeboah Whistler Krakow, Samuel Owusu of Al Feiha FC, Jordan Ayew Crystal Palace, Caleb Ekuban of Genoa, Emmanuel Jesse of Spezia, and Benjamin Tete of Yeni Malatyaspor. Okay, so that is the call-up of Coach Milovan Rajevac. That is the call-up. So I know so many agitations in there. Why he didn't call this? Why didn't he call this and that? This and call that. For me, when it comes to player call-ups, I believe the coach should be left alone to do his job. How do you constructively scrutinize and criticize him if you don't allow him to do his work? Because I believe every player, no matter where you are, as far as and as long as you are a Ghanaian, should equally have the right to play for the Black Stars. You equally have the right to play for the Black Stars of Ghana. So if this is the list the coach is going in for, it is list. He is at the helm of affairs, and he said, this is what I want. So for me, when it comes to player call-ups, I have nothing to say. Listen, I am the contractor, and I'm telling you I need this and that material to do the job. And you are telling me no. I also think this material is good. Then why not be the contractor? Go do the work. So like I said, every player, as far as and as long as you are a Ghanaian, you equally have the right to play for the Black Stars, to play for any national team. You equally have the right to play for any national team. Yeah. So this is Milo's call-up. Oh yeah. This is Milo's call-up. And we all have to support the team. That is all that is expected of us now, not the agitations in the air. All that is expected of us now is to give them the support. Simple. If he goes and or they go and they could not deliver, then we will also come in. That is when we will also come in. There are over 1,001 Ghanaian players across the world. And just a few will be selected at the end of the day. This is what the coach wants. So let's leave him to do the work. As simple as that. As simple as that. As simple as that. That is what the coach wants. So all we need to do is to support the team with prayers, you know. That is what, support the team. Like the president says, bring back the love. Bring back the love. I hear there's been a lot of serenity at camp because of the arrival of Coach Milo. That is what we all want. This is a new coach. No matter who you are, once you have been called up, this is the time for you to justify your inclusion. This is the time for you to show why you should be part of this team. Listen, this coach is a winner. It doesn't really matter where he has gone to, what has happened, wherever he has gone to. As far as Ghana is concerned, this coach is a winner. Because the last time he came here, he took us to the finals of the AFCON. And he took us to the quarterfinals of the World Cup, which we nearly made it to the semifinals and possibly to the finals. If we were in the era of VAR in those days, I think we would have gotten to where we would have gotten to. Maybe we could have even been at the finals, been to the finals. Lessons learned, fingers crossed, and we're back again. So are we going to keep relying and reminding ourselves of past glories? No. This is a new era. And things must be done according to the generation, what is going on right now. In this modern era of football, names do not play. It is about teamwork. That is why we can have teams with individual talent, brilliant players, yet they are underperforming. But you find a team with a lot of average players and they are doing it so massive. So all we need is a team. And if he is going to get us a good team, all we need to do is to give him the maximum support. That is all we need. We need maximum support. Tell a friend to tell a friend. It's time for us to support the Black Stars. It is time to support them. With all that we've got, with all that we've got, it is time to support the Black Stars. It is time. It is time. It is time. This is all we've got. So we have to support it with all that we've got as well. All right, away from the Black Stars of Ghana. The next headline was, hooray! The Ghana Premier League to start on October 29th, 2021 and to end on June 20, 2022. Wow. You have been waiting for this far too long. You know, Accra House of Folk is playing Africa, and their competitors are having match weeks because their leagues are in session. So they are going to have undue advantage over Accra House of Folk. That is why recently Accra House of Folk is engaging Tema Youth and others just to keep them on form. But it's a good news, but it's still going to keep long. 29th, come on. Well, at least we know the dates. We know when our league is going to take off. At least we know. At least we know. So the first round will end on the 14th of February 2022. And then after that, it continues again to the 20th of June 2022. I don't know if this is tentative, I don't know, but there could be changes along the line. I just don't know. Okay. And then all Premier League clubs to be tested and vaccinated for COVID-19 before the start of the league. Well, this is a good thing. This is a good thing. You know, we have to to be safe. You know, we have to be safe. We have to be safe. You know, this COVID-19 thing is not a joke. It's real. It's real. So we really have to protect ourselves. Yes, you exercise. Yes, you do vigorous activities, but it could be of less effect on you. But it is not only, you know, you walk around, you can easily transfer to weak links in society, and then a lot of things will happen. So players have to be vaccinated. It's a good thing. They have to, and then if you have been vaccinated, you'll be tested. Yeah, sometimes you'll be vaccinated and yet you might also be positive. So you'll be vaccinated and you'll be tested. So it will even help the players to always make sure they are in good shape, you know. You don't have to be you have to be isolating yourself in this era, you know. It's not safe going into the crowd. It's not safe. It's not safe. And then the next and the last one on the local scenes, Coach Ignatius Oseifosu of Mediama Sporting Club to reject his appointment as National Under-20 assistant coach. Okay, so recently Mediama Sporting Club solicited for the expertise of young, energetic coach in the shape of Ignatius Oseifosu. And then immediately he got that appointment, he got a job from Mediama. He also had appointment from the national team, that is the National Under-20, to go and then deputize. But Mediama SC told Ignatius that they want total focus and concentration on the team. So if he wants to work for them as a coach, he has to reject the appointment of the national team. And I think as young as he is as a coach, he weighed his options, and I think he has agreed to reject it and then focus and concentrate on Mediama SC because they want to build a team. They are not in to participate just to participate in the competition. They are in to build a team. So finally, Coach Ignatius has rejected to be the assistant coach of the National Under-20 team. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is all for the local scene. The local scene, that is all. That is all. And very soon we'll be delving into the international front. Over the weekend, a lot happened in Europe, in the world of football, you know. A lot happened. So many wonderful games. We were blessed to watch so many beautiful games. Oh my God. Most of the teams are performing. Some of them are disappointing. Oh, those of us betting, I think we have had a run of miserable moments in the last couple of weeks. Miserable moments. And then, yet some teams are doing well. And then some are very disappointing per their status, you know, per their pedigree. We expect them to perform to a certain level, but, well, that is the game of football. That is the game of football. It is what it is, especially in the English Premier League. It is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. But before we go into the game of football, let me say, well, Saturday, October 9, 2021, at the T-Mobile Arena, Las Vegas. The trilogy. The trilogy. The trilogy. The trilogy. Somebody will be asking, what is the trilogy? What is the trilogy? It's the trilogy. It's the trilogy. I'm even making you more nervous, right? It's a trilogy. It's the bout, the long-awaited bout, actually boxing bout between the Bronx Bomber and the Gypsy King. You're still confused, right? Don't even know who the Bronx Bomber is. Well, I'll tell you very soon. The Bronx Bomber and the Gypsy King. The Bronx Bomber is Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder. The Bronx Bomber. Deontay Wilder, the Bronx Bomber. And the Gypsy King. This is a bout between Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. He is the Gypsy King. He is the Gypsy King. He is the Gypsy King. That is the bout we are all going to witness on the 9th of October. Come Saturday at the T-Mobile Arena. They are there on your screens. Tyson Fury, that is the Gypsy King, and the Bronx Bomber, Deontay Wilder. This is going to be massive, 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 massive. It's going to be a cracker. It's going to be a cracker, a cracker. Listen, I've been waiting for this for far too long, for far too long, for far too long, for far too long, for far too long. Finally, 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 these guys have settled the scores. And now it is coming live on your screens. Come Saturday. This is the Bronx Bomber. This is the Bronx Bomber. Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder. Okay, now, these guys actually have fought in a couple of times. The first time these guys fought was a draw. These guys, the first time they fought was a draw. And now the man on your screens, Deontay Wilder, nicknamed the Bronx Bomber. He is a world heavyweight champion, and he has defended his title for up to 6 good years, fighting a couple of fights, winning all those, but the last one he fought. He's from the United States of America. He has fought a total fight of 44. And he has had 42 wins. And he has had only 1 draw. And ladies and gentlemen, the wins he had, he won out of the 44 bouts he fought. 41 of the wins were by knockout. 41 were by knockout decisions. It means if you fight with the Bronx Bomber, you will not end the rounds. Hey, you will not end the rounds. You will not end the rounds. You will not end the rounds. If you fight with the Bronx Bomber, no, you will not end the rounds. He will finish you. He will finish you. So out of the 44, he has won 42. 41 of the 42 is by technical knockout. And he has drawn only 1 and has only 1 loss. Wow. What an incredible record. So I'm trying to whet your appetite for you to know how great this game is, you know. It's not a small bout. This is one of the bouts of the century. You can never afford to miss this bout. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. You can't afford to miss this bout. You can't afford to miss this bout. It's at the T-Mobile Arena. T-Mobile Arena of Las Vegas. Huh. Oh my God. So this is Deontay Wilder for you. He's flawless. That guy is flawless. That guy is flawless. Out of 44 fights, winning 42, 41 by technical knockout. Come on, this is crazy. This is crazy. He has drawn only one, and he has lost only one. And guess what? This is the two games out of the 44 that were odd from the scores. The one he drew was against Tyson Fury. That is the Gypsy King. And the only one loss of his career was against Tyson Fury, the Gypsy King. Actually, in the course of the game, a member of the team of Deontay Wilder threw in the towel because he realized Deontay Wilder was getting unconscious. The member thought life first. So he had to throw in the towel. But Deontay Wilder got so mad when the towel was thrown in. But honestly, Wilder might have some excuses. Wilder might say that was the reason why he lost, because the member shouldn't have thrown in the towel. If you really watch the bout, I think that guy did the right thing. I think that guy did the right thing. At the end of the day, he fired the guy from his team. Well, so he claims he wouldn't have lost the game, but had it not been that guy who threw in the towel, he wouldn't have lost the game. So that was the excuses Deontay Wilder gave. So after the second fight, or the second bout between him and Fury, which he was winless, the best he could was to draw. He had to bring some excuses for him to get a rematch. And lo and behold, everything was settled. And now, the man of the moment, Tyson Fury. He's the Gypsy King. He is the Gypsy King. The Gypsy King. This guy is a British. He hailed from England. He is a two-time world heavyweight champion. And he has fought a total fight of 31. He has had 30 wins. He has had only one draw in his career. He has never lost. And he has won 21 by technical knockouts. Wow! 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 The Gypsy King. That is Tyson Fury. That is Tyson Fury. Already there has been a lot of mind games going on and on and on and on. Deontay Wilder calling Fury a cheat. Well, you know, they're all part of the game. It's a mind game, it's a mind game. But Tyson Fury also told Deontay Wilder he's so obsessed about him. When he's going to eat, he said when Deontay Wilder is going to eat, he sees Tyson Fury. When he's going to urinate, he sees Tyson Fury. I beg your pardon. When he's drinking water, he sees Tyson Fury. Even, I beg your pardon, when he's going to have intercourse with his wife, he sees Tyson Fury. So he's so much obsessed about Tyson Fury. So Tyson Fury doesn't know why. He said, why? Is it because I beat you? I beat you up? I'm going to do it again. And again and again and again. So adding more salt and pepper to the soup. Oh my God. We can't wait. We can't wait for this bout. We just can't wait for this bout. We just can't wait for this bout. We just can't wait. We just can't wait. So, Make a date on Saturday, October 9, 2021 at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, actually. It's the trilogy. That is the name of the bout because they fought the first one, the second one, and this is the third one. So we call it the trilogy. The trilogy. The trilogy. The trilogy. So if you're walking elsewhere and you hear somebody saying the trilogy, this is a trilogy. The Bronx Bomber and the Gypsy King. Oh my word. Oh my word. Oh my word. Oh my word. I just can't wait. 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 All right. All right. All right. Now let's move from boxing and then go back to football. Let's go back to football. All right. Chelsea FC don't know how to use Lukaku, Antonio Conte. You know, Antonio Conte is now an analyst in one of the TV stations. And then he has been monitoring Lukaku ever since he left Inter. And he thinks the role Lukaku is playing is in Chelsea does not bring the best out of him. Does not bring the best out of him. You know, Lukaku, before he even came to Chelsea recently, he was once at Chelsea. He left Chelsea for West Brom. From West Brom, he went to Everton. From Everton, Manchester United bought him. So, before Lukaku even went to Manchester United, Antonio Conte needed him at Chelsea. But then, Morata was hot in the market because he was part of the Madrid team that won the Champions League back to back to back. So, he became a hot cake. Well, Conte wanted Lukaku, but the Chelsea owners wanted Morata. They preferred Morata. So what happened was that Morata came to Chelsea and Lukaku went to United. So even that season, if you look critically, it was between these two strikers. People want to see who made the best business during the transfer windows. So when Lukaku went to Inter, that is when Manchester United felt Lukaku was underperforming. Inter came and they sold him to Inter. By then, Conte had left Chelsea for Inter. So finally, he has reunited with the player or the striker he wanted. The system Conte plays requires a player of Lukaku's caliber. You know, players are like gadgets. You have to look at their strength to get the best out of them. Just like after buying a gadget or an electrical gadget or whatever gadget, you have a manual to help you make very good use of the gadget. Before you go in for any player, being a forward, being a defender, being a midfielder, you must also look out for his manual to know how to use him properly. So Conte, after his spell with Inter, of which Lukaku emerged the best player in the Serie A, that is the Italian Premier League, let me put it that way. The Italian League. Chelsea came in for Lukaku. By which time Chelsea had conquered Europe. They did that without an out-and-out striker. So thinking come this season or coming into this season, they haven't a player in the shape of Lukaku. They are just going to be banging in the goals. But what happened? The first game, Lukaku, after the first game, he scored. Couple of games, he banged in the goals. But he has played a number of games yet to score. So after monitoring him for a while, Conte felt Lukaku is being underutilized. Now, let's look at the strength of Lukaku as a player. He has power. He has pace. He's so strong. He's so much good in air. He can link up play. He can hold up play, and he's a clinical finisher. When Lukaku was at Manchester United, he was used as an arrowhead. The arrowhead, you always stay up front. The players will work the ball, will bring it to you. You hold up play. Sometimes you turn, sometimes you link up play. All that is expected of you is to score. So, initially, Lukaku can hold up play. He's already strong. He's pacey. He's very powerful. But the only problem with Lukaku was linking up play and dribbling skills. But when he went to Inter, Conte did a very good job on him. A very good job. A very, very good job. He became so much good in the ball. And because of his strength, when he is accelerating, he is very dangerous. See, when Lukaku holds up play, it is very, very difficult to play him. When the ball comes to him and he's in front of a defender, it's very difficult for the defender to get the ball. He blocks and blocks so well, like he did here. Look at here. Mari cannot, he just cannot. That is Lukaku holding up play. He puts the ball on the chest. He blocks the defender, prevents the defender from moving. That is a very, very good attribute of Lukaku that coaches should know. And then the next one is the linking up play. He wasn't good at that, but when he went to Inter, he perfected that as well. And look at him on the screen. Look at him on the screen. He blocked the man, and he's trying to link between the player down there, in between the two players in white. That is Lukaku. When he blocks you, you cannot move. And now he knows how to even link up. So naturally, he is expected to stay into the 18-yard box. But look at where he has come. He has come far away, even out of the 18-yard box, blocked the guy, gets the ball. He's trying to link. You see his players running into space up there. That is Lukaku. And then one quality of Lukaku is that when he is accelerating, he's very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. Because he's so powerful. If you watch him at Inter, he drops deep into midfield, gets the ball, starts transition, runs into space, and when the ball is sent back to him, because of his pace and his power, it is so difficult to stop him. And that was how he has been banging in the goals. So when he starts transition and he gets into space and the ball comes back to him, whether in the the ball is floated in the air, whether the ball comes down on his field on the ground, he has the connection because he is a clinical finisher. One good thing about, I don't know if it's a good thing or Lukaku doesn't really shoot. He wants to make sure he's shooting at goal. So you can play a game and Lukaku wouldn't shoot so many shots. He can shoot just two, and then the two will end up into the net. So the problem is that last season, Chelsea Football Club were playing without a striker. Okay. So it was an interpositional play between the forwards. So you see Werner, who was an auxiliary striker, moving on the flanks. What he does is that he stretches the defense. So when he moves on the flanks, he creates spaces for the other forwards to move into. So those up there, sometimes it was Werner, Kai Havertz, and then Mason Mount. Sometimes you see Werner, Mason Mount, Christian Pulisic. Any of that combination, it's about stretching defense and running into space. But this time around, I think the forwards have been playing that for so long, such that they are finding it difficult to link, to even understand that they have a clinical finisher in the shape of Romelu Lukaku. And then the coach is also failing to understand that Lukaku can also play a link-up play. So most of the times he's allowed to stay up front for them to pass and pass and pass and then get to him. And then when they are blocked from getting to him, you see Lukaku isolated up front. So when Antonio Conte saw that, he felt Lukaku was being underutilized. Because Lukaku can really actually draw deep into midfield, gets the ball, starts transition, and then run into space. That is one of his qualities. And because he's so powerful, it is difficult to stop him when he's running. That was the same movement he did when he banged in the first goal against Arsenal. He started a transition, he ran into space. When Reece James crossed the ball, it was so difficult for Mari to stop him, and he just had to tap the ball into the empty net. So you could see Chelsea playing. They'll just be playing horizontal passes. The passes are just horizontal. You barely see a vertical pass in the Chelsea play. I think it's simply because they have not ascertained the fact that they have a target man in the shape of Lukaku. So it is something they have to learn. I think it's too early. We're just 7 games into the season in the Premier League, and then 2 games in the Champions League, and then some League Cups here and there. I think it's too early, But the coach, I think, Thomas Tuchel has to do something to get the best out of him. Because £97.5 million cannot go to waste like that. And it's not that Lukaku is not performing, it's just that he's not getting in the ball. He's not getting the passes. The balls are not coming in. The balls are not coming in. His attitude on the field of play is so good. He's so good. That is one thing I like about him. The balls are not coming by. Even if a colleague scores, he's very happy. He just wants the team to move. So if Conte says Lukaku is being underutilized, I think I side with him a little bit. So the coach needs to do something to bring the best out of King Luka. Of course, the best out of King Luka. The coach needs to do something to bring the best out of King Luka. Okay, now let's go to the next headline. The next one is Manchester United are full of stars, but they do not have a team. Don Hutchison of ESPN FC. This is what Don Hutchison of ESPN FC said. He said Manchester United have players. They have stars. They are full of stars, but they do not have a team. And it's true. It's true. You know, when United is playing, you see individual talent. You see qualities that are so exceptional. You know, take players like Bruno Fernandes, Paul Pogba, Edison Cavani, Mason Greenwood, Scott McTominay, Harry Maguire, Raphael Varane, Luke Shaw, Anthony Martial, Cristiano Ronaldo, Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Look at their defenders. You have Luke Shaw. You have Maguire. You have Varane, Aaron Wan-Bissaka. In the midfield, you have Matic. You have Fred. You have McTominay. Up front, you have Bruno Fernandes. You have Paul Pogba. You have Cristiano Ronaldo. All these players are wonderful talents. You see, these players I am mentioning will start in any Premier League team. Maybe a few would have competitions here and there. But you cannot tell me Bruno Fernandes will not start in any Premier League team. Bruno Fernandes, Edison Cavani will not start. You cannot tell me Paul Pogba will not start any Premier League team. You cannot tell me Cristiano Ronaldo will not start in any Premier League team. Even, arguably, Mason Greenwood will start in any Premier League team. But the performance has been so abysmal. So abysmal. You know, they win because individual talents were on display. So they will play the game and play, and then you see one instinctive individual play by Bruno Fernandes, then he scores. One late goal by Cristiano Ronaldo, then they keep going. But as a team, Manchester United, you see, Manchester United lacks cohesion. You know, when they play, you see individual qualities, but you don't see team. You don't see the chemistry in the team. There is no telepathy. There is no chemistry whatsoever in the team. All individual play, they lack intensity. It's like nothing is at stake. The urgency is not there. So how do you grind results with this attitude? It's not there. You see, when Liverpool is playing, you will see a blueprint that a coach is at the helm of affairs. When Manchester City is playing, you will see a blueprint that a coach is in charge. And recently, Chelsea has made another great addition of this assertion that coaches form teams and then coaches win games. But you cannot say the same when it comes to Manchester United. You cannot. You know, one funny thing is they will go and then win away game out of instinctive individual display. They will come home in front of their fans and they either lose or draw. You know, the Manchester team is like a dinner served and there is nobody to eat the food. Or it's like a dinner, a well-served dinner full of little children on the table. They don't even know what taste is. They don't even know what is served. They just be eating. That is Manchester United team. When, honestly, if Zinedine Zidane gets this team, oh my God. Even Antonio Conte, there's going to be exploits. There's going to be exploits. The Manchester United problem is the coach. As simple as that. It's the coach. It's the coach. Nothing but the coach. You always want to go into in with the same system, with same variation. Well, you can play the same system with different variations. But this system, 4-2-3-1. Always 4-2-3-1. Even when Manchester United is playing a meager team as Aston Villa, Manchester United will play with two holding midfielders. Why? Why? When you can play 4-3-3 to allow a free-flowing game to bang in the goals. You always want to sit with a double pivot at the base. I just don't get it. No wonder Don Hutchison is saying they are full of stars without a team. It's true. So you can get the best of talents, the best of players, but if you're not able to get the chemistry, the cohesion, and the balance out of them, you'll not get results. You'll not get results. As simple as that. No results for you. As simple as that. You know, what makes it so difficult is that look at the games Manchester United have played. Even the game against Villarreal, the Champions League game. Villarreal was supposed to have buried the game long time. They were just not clinical. Because the defense, you know, there is no link between the defense and the midfield, no link between the midfield and the attack. Man United was in total disarray, and Villarreal was just, it was too porous. Villarreal was just making their way in and out, 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 just like that. De Gea was their man of the match. Villarreal kept squandering chances. Eventually they scored. They could have made it 2-3-4. United equalized, and then even the goal Ronaldo scored was as a result of a chance that was squandered by Villarreal before Ronaldo scored. And then that goal calmed everything down. Even though the team did not play well. And then against Aston Villa, instead of you playing your best players, you decided to rest Ronaldo. For reasons best known to you. Reasons best known to you. And now Manchester United plays like just any ordinary team. So look at the man on your screen. He's clueless. I always tell Manchester United fans, Jose Mourinho told the board and the management that he needed certain players. But the United board and whatever, the old players, whatever, ganged against him. Jose Mourinho told them he needed Harry Maguire. They did not give him. Jose Mourinho told them he needed Bruno Fernandes. They did not give him Bruno Fernandes. He even inquired of Rafael Varane. In fact, as a matter of fact, the players Ole is using right now to be getting his results were players that were sanctioned by Jose Mourinho. Talked about Lindelof, Jose Mourinho. Fred, Jose Mourinho. Even McTominay, it was Jose who promoted him from the youth team. It was Jose. No wonder the last trophies they won were won by Jose. So I always told my Manchester United fans that you see the kind of support you guys are giving to Ole, even when he's not performing, with those shambolic performance, those abysmal performance, a team with no blueprint. Manchester United is playing like any other team, like people just gather on the pitch trying to play something for sweats and then go back to their homes. I told them, if you had given that support you are given to Ole, to Jose, honestly, you would have at least, if not the Champions League, you would have won the league long time ago. You would have won the league long time ago. But what happened? You decided to sacrifice Jose and then to go in for a less profile coach in the name of legendary. Listen, if Manchester United does not have the balls to do as Chelsea did, sacrificing Frank Lampard for Thomas Tuchel, and in less than 4 months, bang, getting them the Champions League, and then qualifying and making up the top 4, there is nothing for them. There is nothing in store for them. If they don't have the balls to do that, there is nothing in store for them. They should get ready for more heartbreaks. Seriously. Because it's like the coach has no clue of what is happening. Look at the games Manchester United has played. Manchester United has not played any of the top 6 teams, for crying out loud. They have not played a single top 6 team. Yet they are struggling to get the results. Chelsea has played Tottenham Hotspur. Chelsea has played Arsenal. Chelsea has played Liverpool. Chelsea has played Manchester City. Yet after 7 rounds of matches, Chelsea is on the top of the league. Manchester City has played Chelsea. So that is 4 for Chelsea. Manchester City has played Chelsea. Manchester City has played Liverpool. Manchester City has played Arsenal. Manchester City has played Tottenham. That is 4 for Manchester City. And Manchester City is up there. Liverpool has played Chelsea. Liverpool has played Manchester City. 2. Liverpool is up there. Second on the table. But Manchester United has not played any big team. Yet they are struggling to get the results. They will play, they will win, and the scores or the results will shatter everything. You know, at the end of the game, it is the result that everybody is thinking or concerned or focusing on. But at the end of the day, their attitude on the field of play, oh my God, it's just shambolic. So there is no blueprint whatsoever on the Manchester United team. So all they need right now is a coach, because they have individual players, quality, top notch, quality players, world-class players, but they don't have a team. They don't have a team. Enough of Manchester United, because the more the least said about them, the better. The least said about them, the better. Because they have been so disappointing this season. So disappointing. So disappointing. So disappointing. You know. But early days, yes. Early days yet. Fingers crossed. Early days yet. Early days yet. You know. You know, this league is full of surprises here and there. It's early days yet. Early days yet. You just can't predict who wins. Early days yet. Early days yet. Okay. And now let's go to our next headline. The game. Oh my word. Oh my word. Oh my word. Oh my word. It was a cracker. It was a cracker. It was a cracker. It was a cracker. What game am I talking about? That's cracker of a game between Manchester City and Liverpool at Anfield. Oh my word. Oh my word. What a game. 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 What a game of football. What a game. What a game. Oh my word. And you know, geniuses are born. You know, geniuses are born. And you know, geniuses, geniuses are born. Geniuses are born. And this man on your screen stole the show. Oh my word. Oh my word. Oh my word. Oh my word. Mo Salah ran to the side. Mo Salah, the Egyptian king. Oh my word. Oh my word. Oh my word. Oh my word. What a player. What a player. What a display. Oh, I'm short of words. You know, guys, it's about time we started supporting our own. You know, do you think if Mo Salah is a European, do you think the hype he's getting right now is enough? Do you know how they are going to hype him? He's better than all the English players. He's from Africa. He's our own. He's one of our own. He is one of our own. Mohamed Salah is one of our own. This guy is something else. This guy is, I just don't know how to describe him. I just don't know. Mo Salah. This guy, together with some players, I don't know if Africa has a flag, but they are making us proud on the continent. Mo Salah, Sadio Mane, Benjamin Mendy, no, Edouard Mendy of Chelsea, top class performance. Riyad Mahrez of Manchester City. You know, these guys have taken the continent to a level. They are simply unplayable. In 1992, a prince was born. His name, Mo Salah. One day he will be king. It's his destiny. We are on the road to glory. Salah is the key. When Salah gets to a sight of goal, he makes us all believe Mo Salah, Mo Salah, Mo Salah. Run down to the wing. What a player! all right. Enough of that. But you know, I just don't even know what to say. But so now let's go into the game itself, the nitty-gritty of the game. That is what I call the game. I think we are blessed in these couple of days to witness some games, and you know, we are blessed. 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 We are blessed to witness that game. And you know, both teams started the game with a 4-3-3 formation with lots and lots of variations. With lots and lots of variations. This is Manchester City on your screen. In the first half, after the first 10 minutes, Liverpool came into party. They came into the game like they have something to do, but after 10, 12, getting to 15 minutes, oh my word, it was all Manchester City. It was all Manchester City. Oh my word. You know, the way Pep Guardiola has arranged his players on the field of play, it becomes so difficult to play against him. He has a lot of ball jugglers in his team. A lot of ball jugglers in the team. He's playing without an out-and-out striker. So last Saturday, he played Jack Grealish as the false number 9, which everybody thought it was going to be Phil Foden. He decided to play Phil Foden out wide. So Phil Foden was out wide. Jack Grealish, the false 9. Gabriel Jesus was on the other side, who was the auxiliary striker. But now he was on the other flank. And they are being supported by Kevin De Bruyne. And then the best player for me, even though Phil Foden was exceptional on that night too, for me the best player for Manchester City was Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva. Oh my word. Bernardo Silva. He was playing the free role. So Bernardo Silva was everywhere. He was everywhere in the game. He was the one unlocking the hard times in the games. So when it's difficult to unlock this, you see Bernardo Silva there. So he made the first half so difficult for Liverpool. So difficult for Liverpool. He was everywhere. And the one quality of Bernardo Silva is that when he gets the ball, it's very difficult to get the ball from him. Very difficult to dispossess. So that is Bernardo Silva. So he was, you know, they had 2 number 10s. That is, they had Bernardo Silva and then Kevin De Bruyne. So these two were playing the free role. That was what was happening. And then, aside Bernardo Silva, another key character was Juan Cancelo. Oh, what a player. What a player. He's bringing a lot of dynamism in the full-back role. He is the left full-back. But you see, he brings so much on board such that he has the freedom to move into midfield. So you see him playing at the left flank, but always moving and cutting into midfield. So to give Manchester City a lot of numbers in the midfield, to dominate the midfield. So if you have looked at the first half, you realize that James Milner, who was the right fullback of Liverpool, was their weakest link. because one Cancelo exploited him. Phil Foden was over there too. He exploited him. And I'm even wondering why James Milner played the whole 90 minutes without a red card. So the first half was total display, total massacre by Manchester City. You know, Liverpool, there was a lot of a big gap between the midfielders and the attack. So first half, Mo Salah and Mane, as well as Diogo Jota, did not come into the party. They did not come into the party. They did not come into the party, as the Americans will say. You know, they did not come into the party in the first half. So it was all Manchester City. It was all Manchester City. It was all Manchester City. So the midfield of Fabinho, Jordan Henderson failed to live up to the billing to connect the attack of Liverpool. And then the attack also failed to draw deep to add up to the midfield because of the pattern of play. So the first half, Manchester City were supposed to have finished the game, killed the game in the first half. They were supposed to have killed the game in the first half. But for some brilliant saves by the Liverpool goalkeeper, Alisson Becker. Now, we went into second half. I don't know what Klopp told the Liverpool players. They came back into the game the second half. When they came back into the game the second half, Liverpool looked poised. So much poised. And who again? Mo Salah. He started the transition. Set up Mane. And what a goal by Sadio Mane. He kept his composure and then put the ball at the lower right corner of the post. Bang! It was 1-0 Liverpool. In no time, Manchester City equalized through Phil Foden. What a cracker! Now, after Liverpool scored the goal, they came so much into the game. What was the reason why Liverpool came so much into the game? Now, the gap between the attackers and the midfielders has been closed. So the defenders have pushed a bit higher. The midfielders have also pushed a bit higher to close the gap between the attackers. And now it became a give and take affair. Players, the mark of a good team is when the team is ready to suffer. And after suffering, when they get their chance, they also have to exploit it. And that was exactly what we saw on the day. Two very good teams. Technically good teams. They played. After Manchester City equalized, Liverpool came into the party again. Oh, I think I want to run a commentary for this one. I want to run a commentary for this one. I have to run a commentary for this one. Oh my word. The Egyptian king came into the party. So Mo Salah started the transition. He got the ball. He passed the ball to the player. The player passed the ball back to him on the flanks. He beat one man on the flanks. Brought the ball back into the middle half of Manchester City. flanked by Juan Cancelo and Rodri, deliciously went past Bernardo Silva, took Laporte on the outside, brought him back on the inside, and sumptuously scooped the ball beyond the reach of Ederson. Look at that, that's the ball. Into the right corner of the post. What a player. What a player. It was an instinctive display. That's the mark of geniuses. If you want to know who and what a genius is, moments like this, it was an instinctive display. If you ask Mo Salah what happened at that moment, he will find it difficult to describe. That is the difference between geniuses and regular players. He took the ball from his own half, started a transition, got back the ball, beat one man, came into the midfield, beat another man, took one in and out, and then scooped the ball with his weaker right foot. What a player. You know, we have to celebrate this guy. We have to celebrate this guy. You know, such goal, imagine Lionel Messi was the one who scored this goal. You hear, what a goal, Lionel Messi, Leo. But this is Mo Salah. This is our own. It is time we started supporting him. It is time we started supporting our own. Enough of the hypocrisy. Yes, I'm not a Liverpool supporter, but the man, Mohamed Salah, need to be celebrated. No doubt. He needs to be celebrated. He needs to be celebrated. Serious. Bang! It was 2-1. Then from nowhere, that stunner, that screamer from Kevin De Bruyne. You see? So that is where world-class players come into the party. For me, it was a fair game for it to end at 2-2 draw. Because if any team had won, it would have been unfair. Well, first half, City was supposed to have killed the game. But the second half, Liverpool came into the party. And it was a 50-50 in the second half. Liverpool felt they had won the game. What a block. What a block from Rodri. Fabinho thought he has scored. Free pole. What a block. What a block. What a block. This is the kind of block that wins you a trophy. Yes, City didn't win the game, but they got a point. This point can do something for City. Early days yet. We saw what happened last season when Alisson Becker scored that winner for Liverpool when they were struggling to make it up into the top 4. And then that was the point of definition of the Liverpool team. That was where Liverpool got the belief that they could qualify. And they did it in a grand style. So some points are very, very important. Very, very, very important. What a block from Rodri. So I felt some players really need to be celebrated after this game. So the players to be celebrated, I felt one, Bernardo Silva, he sold a very good game. He was everywhere. Phil Foden, you know, the man of the match award went to 2 players actually. Phil Foden and Mo Salah for the first time. It was so difficult to nominate one player for the award. For me, I would have even added Bernardo Silva to it. Kevin De Bruyne didn't really come into the party, but he really did influence the game. That is the mark of great players. Sometimes they get bad day in office, yet their influence is felt. Very, very important. So, Bernardo Silva, Kevin De Bruyne, Rodri with that wonderful block. Sadio Mane should be celebrated. He sold a very good game. And then the man of the moment, currently in world football. No one comes closer. Maybe the only one that comes closer will be Robert Lewandowski. But this guy is not a forward. This guy is a winger. But if you look at the stats, it's amazing. It's incredible. If you look at his stats, it's just incredible. It's just incredible. It's just incredible. Mo Salah had 165 Premier League appearances for Liverpool. He's involved in 140 goals out of the 165 appearances. Well, the numbers are ridiculously good to be true. He's involved in 140 goals. He scored 103 goals out of the 140. He assisted 37 assists. The goals he scored, 6 of them were from the header. He used his head for 6 of the goals. His right foot scored 13 of the goals, including the one he last scored against City. And then his left foot scored 84 of the goals. He has created 58 big chances for a winger in his 4th season at Liverpool. The first season at Liverpool, that is the 2017-2018 season, Mo Salah scored 32 goals out of 36 games in the EPL. He went on to win the Golden Boot, and he made the record of a player to score more goals of the season in England. The next season, 2018-2019, he scored 22 out of 38 games. 2019-2020, he scored 19 out of 34 games. 2020-2021, he scored 22 out of 37 games. 2021 to 2020, he has scored 7 goals. So averagely, he gives you not less than 20 goals every season. This is not a striker. This is a winger. Why won't we celebrate him? Why? Why? Why won't we celebrate Mo Salah? Anyway, over the weekend, most games, we witnessed a lot of games from various league centers over the weekend. And then it was just amazing. It was just amazing. On Saturday, in the Premier League, Manchester City drew 1-1 with Everton at the Old Trafford. Burnley 0-0 against Norwich. Chelsea won 3-1 against Southampton. Leeds 1, Watford 0. Wolves 2, Newcastle 1. Brighton 0, Arsenal 0. That was on Saturday, October 2nd. And then on Sunday, Crystal Palace 2, Leicester 2. Tottenham 2, Aston Villa 1, West Ham 1, Brentford 2, Liverpool 2, Manchester City 2. So after 7 rounds of matches, Chelsea is on top with 16 points. Liverpool second with 15 points. Manchester City third with 14 points. Manchester United fourth with 14 points. Everton fifth with 14 points. Brighton sixth with 14 points. So we have 4 teams that are on 14 points. And then when you go to the bottom, we have Burnley 18th with 3 points. We have Newcastle 19 with 3 points, and we have Norwich 20 with 1 point. If you're looking for Arsenal, Arsenal is on the 11th with 10 points. So that is what happened in the English Premier League. And then on Saturday in Spain, Osasuna 1, Rayo Vallecano 0, Mallorca 1, Levante 0, Cadiz 0, Valencia 0, Atletico Madrid 2, Barcelona 0. How the mighty have fallen. The mighty have fallen. The mighty are falling, and they have fallen. On Sunday, Elche 1, Celta Vigo 0, Espanyol 2, Real Madrid 1, Getafe 1, Real Sociedad 1, Villarreal 2, Real Betis 0, Granada 1, Sevilla 0. And then in the La Liga, after 8 rounds of matches, Real Madrid is still on top, even though they lost over the weekend. They are on top with 17 points. Atletico Madrid is second with 17 points. Real Sociedad is also third with 17 points. The difference is with the goals. Madrid has scored 12 goals, has plus 12 goals. Atletico Madrid plus 5. Real Sociedad plus 4. Sevilla is fourth with 14 points. If you are looking for Barcelona, Barcelona is on 9th with 12 points. And then at the lower half or lower bottom, you see Levante 18 with 4 points. Deportivo Alaves 19 with 3 points. And then Getafe carries the group. Getafe carries the group. And now let's make a trip into the German Bundesliga. The German Bundesliga, Dortmund 2, Augsburg 1, Hertha BSC 1, Freiburg 2, Stuttgart 3, Hoffenheim 1, Wolfsburg 1, Mönchengladbach 3, RB Leipzig 3, Bochum 0. And then on Sunday, the Bundesliga proceeded. Mainz 1, Union Berlin 2, Bayern Munich 1, Frankfurt 2. Bayern lost the first game of the season. Aminla 0, Arminia 0, Leverkusen 4. So in Germany, in the Bundesliga, after 7 rounds of matches, Bayern Munich, even though lost their first game, they are still on top with 16 points. Bayern Leverkusen second with 16 points. The difference is in the goals. Bayern has 17 goals and Leverkusen has 13 goals. Dortmund is third with 15 points. Freiburg is fourth with 15 points. Wolfsburg is fifth with 13 points. And then if you're looking for RB Leipzig, they are on 9th with 10 points. And then down at the bottom, you see Arminia Bielefeld with 4 points on 16. Bochum with 4 points on 17. And then Gruyter 4th with 1 point on 18th. That is Gruyter 4th. Well, I don't know if I got it. I got the pronunciation. All right, and Germany play an 18-man league. So plays an 18-man league. So that's what happens in Germany. And then in Italy on Saturday, Salernitana Salenitan. You know, these teams have some weird names, so difficult to pronounce sometimes. Salenitan 1, Genoa 0, Torino 0, Juventus 1. I think Juventus is now hot after their win against Chelsea. Sassuolo 1, Inter Milan 2. And then on Sunday in Italy, the game continued. Bologna 3, Lazio 0. What a shocker. Hellas Verona 4, Spezia 0. Sampdoria 3, Udine 3. Roma 2, Empoli 0. Fiorentina 1, Napoli 2. Atalanta 2, AC Milan 3. So, in Italy, after 7 rounds of matches, Napoli is still undefeated with 21 points, and they have actually conceded only 3 goals, and they have won all their matches. 21 points. AC Milan is second with 19 points. Inter Milan is third with 17. AS Roma is fourth with 15 points. Fiorentina is fifth with 12 points. Lazio is sixth with 11 points. And if you're looking for Juventus, Juventus is seventh with 11 points. And then down there you see Salernitana with 4 points on 18th. Spezia 19th with 4 points, and Cagliari 20th with 3 points. And then finally in France, on Saturday, Montpellier 1, Strasbourg 1, Nice 2, Brest 1. Brest 1. And then the game unfolded on Sunday. Rennes, that is the shocker of the week. Rennes 2, PSG 0. Actually, PSG featured all the stars. Neymar was playing, Di Maria was playing, Messi was playing, Mbappe played. They failed to score. Not even a single goal against Rennes. What a shock. Angers 3, Metz 2, Lorient 1, Clermont Foot 1, Monaco 3, Bordeaux 0, Nantes 2, Troyes 0, Lille 2, Marseille 0, Saint-Etienne 1, Olympique Lyon 1. So, in France, after some 9 rounds of games, I think some teams played 8 games. So I think it should be after 9 rounds of games, PSG is on top with 24 points, even though they lost their first of the season. Lens is second with 18 points. Nice is third with 16 points. Angers is fourth with 16 points. Marseille is fifth with 14 points. Monaco is sixth with 14 points. Lorient is seventh with 14 points. And Lille is 8th with 14 points. A lot of 14 points out there. And then Nantes, it's 9th with 13 points. And then if you are to look down there, you see Metz 18th with 6 points. Brest 19th with 4 points. And Saint-Etienne 20th with 4 points. If you are looking for Olympique Lyonnais, they are 10th with 13 points. So these were the round of matches that transpired over the weekend. And we had some shockers like PSG losing to Rennes 2-0. Well, they went away, but with all those galaxy of stars, we expect PSG to do better. We expect PSG to do better. Well. If you just joined us, you are watching Sport Update on Adinkra TV, Adinkra Radio NY. With your man, Nina Maxwell. You can call me NNM and I'll respond. That's my name. This is all too soon. This is how far we have come to, and then all too soon, this is what time will permit us. This is your show, Adinkra Sports Update. and there has been some changes actually in our transition. Now, sports updates will be hitting your screens this and every Wednesday at exactly 5 p.m. ET. 5 p.m. ET. I think it's approximately 9 p.m. GMT. That is on Wednesday, and on Mondays it will be hitting on your it will be hitting your screens at exactly 12 noon ET, which is also approximately 4 p.m. GMT. So these are the changes we have in our transmission of this program. So, like I always say, tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Call a friend to call a friend. Keep sharing, keep watching, keep supporting. And we are here to give you the nothing but the best. Nothing but the best. So, all I will say is until humanity is touched, remember, we can never be happy. I am your man, Nina Maxwell, NNM. Until then, goodbye. See you next week.